Welcome back. So hopefully this time it should work. Marcus had a few technical issues. So let's get him back in here. In the meantime, let me send a few invites out to people. Okay, man, like Marcus is here. Raj called, welcome. Marcus, give me 1 second. Don't go nowhere. You're gonna have to stay there. It does take a few. Instagram does like to play around a bit. Accept it. Let Instagram do its magic, and then you should pop up. Punjabi O's, welcome. Irfan, welcome. Marcus, don't go nowhere. Stay there. Gonna feel like nothing's happening. I've just cancelled your request, and I'm gonna send you one from my side because that normally works. There you go. Now press accept, and let's take it from there. There you go.
Yay.
Marcus, we're back. How's it going? You all right?
Yeah, doing good. And yourself?
Yeah, thank you very much for sorting that out. That was a bit last minute, wasn't it?
I'm sorry about the delay. I mean, everything else was good. Like, I even was able to start my own live and everything on my end.
No,
I don't know if it was just a timing thing, but I do apologize for that.
no problem at all. Anyway, how are you? How's your Sunday been?
Oh, it's been a really lazy day kind of day. It's really just nice to relax and just enjoy yourself.
Tell me about it. I'm exactly the same.
How are you?
So how do you actually pronounce your surname? It's not. Is it Travis?
I'm sorry?
How do you pronounce your surname?
My survey?
No, your last name. How do you say it?
Tavares.
Tavares. Okay, where's that from?
It's from, I think it's from Mexico, actually. I'm from El Paso, Texas, so I'm right by the border.
Okay, so let's get started. So tell us a bit about yourself. I know I'll try to give a few little breakdown. That obviously you had a few personal issues with yourself, but then you had this big success about starting these 2 magazines up. Let's take it back a bit. So where were you brought up and where were you born?
So I'm originally from El Paso, Texas. My name is Gentleman Marcos Tavarez. I do a lot of things. You're right. I do have a lot of instances of things that have happened to me recently, but I'm proud to say that I do have, like you said, different things coming out pretty soon, actually starting in July 1st, that I wanted to announce with you, Biggie, and I wanted you to be a part of. And I love the fact that you're so enthusiastic about helping people and making people feel better about themselves.
Definitely, man.
Because
that's the way we roll.
What the world is about.
There's one thing about you as well I noticed, Mark, because you like helping people, and you're like me. You rather put yourself down, make somebody else happy, make somebody else smile, and then get on with life. And I was actually the same as well. I always put myself back first and then put the other person forward. But it is what it is. So I just tried to read the comments at the same time. But go on. So you were telling me about yourself. So what were your schooling and education? Where was all that? Was that all that in Texas?
Yes. So I do have a bachelor's of science in human resource management from Western Governors University, which is an online university. But I also do have an associate of arts degree with magna cum laude honors from Lone Star College. A bunch of different certifications that I've had over the years, which is really nice, and they're not there anymore because of the other things that have happened. But I do now have a lot of things happening to me in the graphic design world, where I've won awards and I've nominated for a lot of different things when it comes to graphic design.
And that's what your main thing is now, isn't it? Graphic designing.
Graphic designing and creative mindset coach. I do coaching now.
Brilliant. And when did all this start? The coaching side.
Believe it or not, in 2021, I was completely debt free. I had zero debt, like no credit card debt, no brand new house, brand new truck. I was like an accountant. It was nuts. Monday through Friday, typical, and then I had a psychosis, a severe psychosis.
What's
where
that?
I'm a psychotic break.
Oh, okay, like a breakdown.
Yes. I started hearing voices, hallucinations in my head,
Really?
Yes, and I still do every single day. 365, 24/7. I have multiple voices in my head talking to me, telling me to harm myself, kill myself every single day. I
Wow.
see, I see creatures all the time. It's something very If you've heard of schizophrenia, it sounds very similar to that. I'm undiagnosed, so I don't have an actual diagnosis.
Okay.
But dissociative identity disorder, psychosis, schizophrenia. Very similar to that. I'm about a 9 out of 10 if I had to put it on a scale of how severe the hallucinations are. But every single day.
And they're
And
hallucinations. So it's actually things that you see, like people walking past you, or things coming through the screen, or coming out the TV or the mobile.
I have had people on TV turn around and look at me and tell me that they're going to kill me
Really?
live. Like, yeah,
So you're
that's
watching.
actually
So you're
common.
watching. So you're watching something like Family Fortunes, and someone pops their head out the TV and says, "Marcus, come here."
It was actually a demon dog. It was a demon dog that turned around and told me it was going to bite my head off, and then the TV turned off, and then I saw my head get bitten off. That's
Oh,
how
have
my
you?
psychosis started.
And have you done anything for it, like spiritually or anything like that? Has it happened to your? Has it happened to previous family members?
No, it was something that nobody saw coming. Like I said, I had a perfect. If you looked at me from the outside, it was a complete picture perfect life. At the age of 30, I bought my first house by
Wow.
myself. Completely educated accountant, $65,000 a year. I mean, it was just picture perfect. Like, and I was very fortunate during this time. I was on another planet. It was really, really severe. I'm not sure how lucky. I mean, I'm extremely lucky. Sorry, but
What type of support were you getting? Because
that's
a lot of people must have this thought he's just a loon. He's a loon. He's gone loon. He's gone. He's had too much to drink, or he's on the high grade.
unfortunately that does happen to a lot of people that experience
Yeah,
traumatic events because your family doesn't want to believe that you're seeing things. Your family doesn't want to believe that you hear voices that are telling you to harm yourself. So my support system disappeared, and that happens an awful lot to people that experience what I do. That's why suicide rates are so high with people that hear
unfortunately, that's true.
hallucinations. They're constant. They do not stop for me. Um, I turned to social media because I had nowhere else to go.
Wow.
It was something that I didn't have any money. I had just lost my job too. It cost me to lose my relationship that I had. My voices, my hallucinations caused me to lose my family support structure.
That's mad.
I thought I was completely done. And the last place that I turned to because I didn't know where else to go with social media. And that's where I turned into graphic design. And I started creating social media graphics for people on OnlyFans. And I became top 20% seller, top 20% earner on OnlyFans, selling graphic design, selling graphics.
Wow. Right. Marcus, I'm loving this already. I didn't even know we were going to get into this kind of conversation, but I'm loving it. Guys, whoever's watching, if you press that bottom button on Marcus, you could do the same as well. So you see the button at the bottom, the one that's pointing upwards, the triangle. If
Mm-hmm.
you press that, all your contacts are going to come out. If you just tap each contact and then right at the bottom, just press them and send separately.
So you got
Do you see what I
tons of
mean?
pop-up. Yeah.
Okay, if you press
Oh,
that
okay.
triangle button at the bottom right, all your contacts are going to come out. If you just tap each person, it might take a while, it might take a minute or two, but just tap each person, and then at the bottom it's going to say send separately.
Alrighty. See it. I guess I'm really not familiar with Instagram. It's the one platform that I really truly try to get to, and for some reason I have 15,000 followers on Facebook, but I only have 200 on here. But as
Just
you
tap
saw, I've
them
been
all, don't
posting things
worry.
all left and right. It just happens.
Yeah,
I do want to give a shout out to Shantavius and to Casey. They are watching. They are looking. They are my. We're going to talk about them in a little bit.
brilliant. And
They are going to.
if your friends that are watching, if you could do the same as well, press the bottom arrow, and then just tap all your contacts. I know it might take ages to do so, but it just sends everybody a ping. So okay, so you go through this hard time, you go through these hallucinations. No one's there to help you.
I managed to find. I honestly didn't know coaching existed. I didn't know coaching without a bell and a whistle, like outside, like exercise. I
Yeah,
thought that was the only coach you could be. I didn't know there was a mental wellness coach. I didn't know there was a life coach. I had no idea. I just knew I wanted to bury myself in a hole and just die at that point in time. But I found a very, very wonderful woman, a very beautiful lady that helped me do things as a promoter and as a social media campaign manager, as an integrator, as a coordinator. And I was able to, like I said, to reach top 20% top earners on OnlyFans with just graphics.
And all you're doing is making graphics for people.
On OnlyFans. Nobody has touched me due to my psychosis, due to the experiences that I had. I have a touching kind of phobia thing, but even on OnlyFans, nobody touched me. That is one thing I'm proud to say. Nobody ever touched me. I was all graphics pretty much, but I did wonderful things for people that had a lot of influence on there, and I managed to make that a thing for me. And I utilized what we created to take myself to Facebook. To reach more people, to help other people, and to come together, because I was coming down from my psychosis by 2022, the following year, and launched Gentleman Graphic Studio with my brother, which we do co-own together. And it is a place where he and I just utilize to help other artists and to help other people that want to do things creatively. We utilize that to help them and to help the community. My dad is a sheriff, and we wanted to get outstanding business partner for the Texas Crime Prevention Association of Texas, and outstanding publication for Texas Crime Prevention Association of Texas as well for 2024.
And you still do that today?
We stopped the studio, yes, but I'm doing a new business venture, which is what is the highlight of our conversation. I created BU Magazine in 2024, the end of 2024. And through that, I ended up having my first keynote speech on boundaries and relationship issues, which is hilarious because voices don't give you any space. They have no boundaries. I give voices 24/7. Go effing kill yourself. Go effing kill yourself. All day.
What did you say?
They tell me I'm
still.
Oh, all day. I hear hallucinations and see things all day long.
Have you never had it looked at, as in spiritually or anything like that?
I tried a couple of psychiatrists and a couple of therapists because that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
I tried some antipsychotics, and all it did was make me go to sleep and made me chunky. And unfortunately, well, thankfully we're those kind of dudes that look good chunky, so we're good. But I don't want to get bigger, so I stopped because my voices kept telling me things that I could understand were related to me. They were my thoughts. As I was thinking, they were conversing with me. But no doctor can hear them. So in my head, eventually it clicked that if I'm going to get better, it's going to be because I wanted to be who I wanted to be with them, because they weren't going to go anywhere. In order to be myself, I had to listen to myself, get over myself. And I self-isolated for about 6 months. And that's all I did. Was talk to my voices for I mean, self-isolated. I disconnected.
So where did this creative geniusness come from? Has it
during
in the family, or has it like something that you've just got together yourself through education and everything?
That's what's funny is I honestly never even touched Adobe really until 2021. I had never done graphic design. I can't draw a happy face. I am the worst drawer ever. I can draw conclusions. I'm really good at that. I can draw a whole bunch of those, but I can't draw anything. I've never been an artist to me. I was more financial. I was an accountant. So I found my security in numbers and spreadsheets.
Yeah.
Excel, I love Excel. Excel is one of my favorite things to be on all day. But after I experienced my psychosis and started experiencing hallucinations, my hallucinations, which a lot of people do have a similar experience too, it's whatever you're imagining in your head, like whatever you see, I mean, anything you see, it's projected out onto the world.
Yeah.
Almost like VR. It's what it's. I mean, it's a really good parallel, but it's what it's like. And through the things that I was experiencing, as ugly as they were at the time, eventually through mindscaping and through talking to myself, I was able to integrate those ugly things, those creatures, those monsters, and see them as a part of myself. And that's how I grew to love myself and grew to wanting to expand on my concepts and create BU Magazine, which highlights and promotes authentic living, people that do genuinely love themselves and just have a good old time being them. Because being you is really easy to do if you get over all the hard stuff. Because it is one of the hardest things to do too, is to be you. Nobody else can teach you how to be yourself but you.
But it must have been harder for you to start the BU Magazine, obviously with like these voices in your head telling you to go F yourself.
I get that all of the time. Even at this moment right now, they are pissed.
Really?
Voices are extremely pissed at you. They can't stand you worth a damn right now. They were
You're like,
excited to be
why are you telling him?
they were excited we had technical issues because they were like, yeah, like you're suffering, like you're gonna torture. This is torture for you.
Yeah.
You're failing. All I get all day long, and somehow I was able to. And it's really hard to do. I know I don't. I make it look easy, and people have told me that, but believe me when I tell you, I hear them all day long.
But you know when you like go to meetings and that, do they ever voice themselves? Like if I'm talking to you now and you talk back to me, will their voice ever come out?
Yes, it has for me, but as I'm not the only one that can hear them, so it doesn't really work that way. But I have done that with them. It's really unique experience to have what I have experienced with them, because through the keynote speech and through the just living day by day with them and integrating with them, we collaborated together. We have a relationship now where they still hate my guts. Don't get me wrong, but we managed to coordinate and collaborate and create a course, a set of courses, a set of exercises for people that want to be like me with my voices or similar, to be able to express themselves, be themselves out here, and still have a space for their voices because they're not going to go anywhere.
But
But
how many times have you like told people this and they just think, oh, he's just had a few too many drinks, or he's jacking up, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's also class A.
During my keynote speech that I had at the Growth Summit in December with Shantavius, who's on here. Hey, Shantavius, appreciate you. She was able to allow me for the first time to ever fully announce that I experienced what I did with pictures and images, and the before and after from my start to finish. You wouldn't believe it if you saw it. It's insane.
Wow.
Nobody ever believes or thinks that I hear voices until I start expressing it, and until I start
Yeah.
speaking of how enthusiastic I am about the coursework I've created and the platforms that I've built with people that I've networked with that experience trauma, or that experience or that teach people about financial resilience. And I love this coaching network that we're creating together that's going to launch on July 1st.
How did you get into the coaching?
Like I said, I had no idea coaches existed. I figured if I was going to be, when I first thought about being a coach, my voices and I had the same thought. It was hilarious. Like, we're going to do jumping jacks now? Like, we're going to do lunges? Like, what are we going to do? You better start walking outside or jumping or something, because you're a little tubby right now. We're not going to work like this.
Yeah.
But it turns out that I I really could have used a coach. I really didn't. I tried to look for people to help me, but everybody that I thought could help me, because again, I didn't have insurance. I didn't have a lot of money. I had voices telling me to harm myself, and I didn't know where to go. I wanted to find somewhere where I could shop around, and everywhere I found it's just expensive. Coaches programs are expensive. They're thousands of.
So I'm just trying to talk the card, right? Okay, tell me a bit about your BU. How did the first BU done? The first magazine, how did that come around?
So the first BU magazine went off really, really good. It was a demonstration of myself in order to help promote other people and to give that authentic feel and vibe of what I can do, because in order for people to believe in me, I have to demonstrate that I was also in those trenches and that I can do these things myself.
That's right.
I didn't go to just a publisher and be like, hey, I want this magazine, and then pay for it. I didn't do that. All the things on that magazine, everything you see me do graphic wise, almost, I would say about 90% of it is custom made by me.
Wow. And how many people in the company? How many people in the company now? Is it just you and your brother? Or you're one man show?
So the graphic studio is my brother's and mine. BU is something that I needed to do for myself. I love my brother to death. I utilize the studio things, of course, for Adobe and his input, because he is very important to me. My psychosis was extremely towards him. I didn't realize I had so many things that I needed to resolve within myself, but he helped me with that. And then we live together, so he's here. But it's actually one of the first features in that magazine. I'm actually the first. I'm on the cover of that magazine, and I'm also the first feature, because I've never done that for myself, ever.
Brilliant.
But I went ahead and created the magazine, and the people that I highlighted were ones from the studio, of course, because they helped me get to where I am, including my best friend, it's a really cool magazine. I made it integrated because I wanted an additional way to extend to that artist, to extend to the person. So like every page, every feature has like a voice clip or a video. It has a, there is something about that artist that's in there that is specific to them that people could just feel that integration with. I have no idea how I got Dr. Futrell, Melvin Futrell from Virginia. He was one of the first people to submit something to me because of the graphic designs that I had and the marketing and branding that I did with it, because I love branding for some reason. I had no idea I was a branding. I'm a branding prostitute pretty much. I love branding stuff. You give me those company and I'm good.
Brilliant.
But I had no idea I was going to be a coach, could be a coach. Thankfully, I am. The people that have helped me get to where I am showed me that's what I've been doing my whole life. I had no idea. I've been doing resumes. I've helped people do interview techniques, tips, and tricks based on my experience and work and my education.
So I just tried to read this comment by sounds like I can't read it because okay, I'll have to read it later on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that was the first platform. What was the second platform?
So right now, what that came to after my keynote speech, I met Shantavius. She let me have that keynote speaking opportunity in December, and by January, the end of January, I made it up in my head, heart, mind, soul, that I needed to create somewhere I needed for myself. I wish I would have had to provide to people, to find a networking of coaches, of people that really do put the client first. Somewhere where it's not about your $5,000 coaching plan where I'm going to talk to you once a month for like 3 months, and then you're going to give me a worksheet from some template site and then call it a day. I wanted somewhere that I could have possibly afforded, where I could have met other coaches or been able to at least have a discounted sampling rate, something where I didn't have to pay thousands of hundreds of dollars to do. All in one spot. Because if you look up Glide Coach on Google, good luck. If you look up Mind Coach on Google, you're going to be screwed. And every other place that I looked for anything, it's just impossible to find anybody that was relevant and, efficient, that expressed interest in the client, not just in the sign-on. I saw everybody giving out free discovery calls, but all that does is take up a lot of time. And when you're experiencing a psychosis and you're seeing a demon come at you from across the street, you don't have time for a discovery call. It doesn't make sense.
Okay, so, with the BU platform, it's like a hub, isn't it? And do you have a lot of students that come there as well, that use the service as well?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you on that one.
Sorry, with the BU platforms, it's like a hub, isn't it?
BU has the two assets to it. It's the magazine, and then it also has the actual BU Institute. So it's BU.Institute for the platform for the actual institute where people go to shop around and learn about coaches. But it's also themed as a school. So when you go to BU Institute, you sign up, you enroll as a student. There is a $25 a month subscription, which I find I really wanted the students and not have to pay very much. But I do need cover, the things that go with that. However, there is a full course that they get. It's 10 courses that cover leadership, entrepreneurship, social media, so that if they wanted to do an e-commerce store, things like that, set up their socials for confidence boosting building. Those are already included with the $25 a month, and they get unlimited access to those. When they complete those, they go ahead and they get an actual completion, a certificate of completion from BU Institute. There's also, once we get more coaches to sign on, if you do have some, I'm actually working on getting them up there right now. You'll see my course up there. For me, the course that I developed with my voices, my hallucinations, is going to be free for people, for one, to experience BU as a whole, meet me as the creator founder of it. But the people that experience hallucinations deserve to have something, because it's very hard to find anything that helps hallucinations other than medication. But on the coach side, as coaches are seeing what's going on with BU, the actual platform is designed so that people who are looking for help don't have a high sales pressure environment. I wanted it to be a community. I wanted it to serve the people that are experiencing the things that I did, like I did.
Okay.
So there is zero sales pressure at all for the student or the client. There's none. Every coach gets one course, a sampling, an exclusive course made for BU for their niche, whether that be financial, mental, spiritual, and whatever that is for that coach is what goes into their into the little file. And if students want to experience that coach and see if they connect with that coach and resonate with them with how they interpret information and how they receive it, the quality of their handouts, the video, how they speak, how they sound. Those are very important things with teaching. My mom is my mom's been on Good Morning America as a kindergarten teacher because she's that good at teaching kids. My mom's a kindergarten teacher for 20 years. So I understand the importance of the teacher being the coach, more important than the information.
Brilliant.
You can go on the internet, Google anything. I can go AI chat anything right now. There's the information's out there. But for somebody to reach out to you and get it conveyed to you so you understand it, retain it, and believe in it, make it a part of you,
Completely different.
is difficult to do.
100%.
But when students go there and they see these coaches, they can go ahead and try that coach for a way smaller fee than that coach's actual featured course on their website for however much that is. But it's a way to network with them and a way to, like I said, sample, like a sampling platter, coach platter. I almost called it paper coach, but then that sounded dirty to me, so I didn't do that.
Okay, how did you get into the For You fans? That side. How did you get into that side? Because you touched on it right at the beginning. How did you get into that side?
How did I get on what?
Only you. Only fans.
Like I said, that's where I started my graphic stuff. That is where my graphic design career began. And it's hilarious that's where that is. But thankfully, the influence of the people that followed me and that promoted me, I have pages and pages of thank yous from people that had 10,000, 20,000 fans.
Brilliant.
On their OnlyFans as promoters, as enhancers, as additional contest hosts. Those are things that I did with those people. I created innovative ways to integrate people on that platform because that platform is very restrictive.
It is.
When I was on, there was no links. You couldn't put a clickable link on there. There was no clickable links. You couldn't. There was no ad posts. There was no click here to. There was none of those.
So is that what you did for it? You actually rebranded the whole website.
I rebranded for OnlyFans. What I did on OnlyFans was be able to promote other people's pages for them. They would come to me and I would design their web banners, their icons for their logos. I would go on their actual pages and scroll through them and be almost like a consultant, just due to the aesthetic that I had on my page, and help them with, especially men, with how to take pictures and things like that. Because like I said, my page on OnlyFans was for graphics. Yeah. So I made I was top 20% earner on OnlyFans for about a month on graphics.
Wow.
And other people feel good about them. I had a waiting list. It was nuts.
Okay, tell me a good success story that's come from the BU platform that you know
of. We're working on a lot of those, believe it or not. But for me, and it's really difficult for me to say this because I don't like featuring myself, believe it or not. Yeah. I am the biggest success story so far, other than the team that I'm building right now, because I've never had a team with me to collaborate and get together to share knowledge with people that need it, that don't want to see and experience being themselves. And me as I would say spokesperson, but I'm not that good yet. When people hear what I've experienced and actually see the before and afters, it's something that enlightens them in a way. I can see them glow. This is possible. You really experienced that. Definitely. And I'm just yeah, come join the BU. Just sign on real quick, and it's good. I want you to experience what this feeling is, because like I said in my keynote speech with Shantavia, the Growth Summit, one of my quotes, and it's one of the very first things I said in that speech. It was more likely that I was going to fly than it was that I was ever going to love myself the way that I do now. I don't want to be anybody else. And everybody deserves to feel this way. And that's part of what BU's biggest thing is that's why it's called BU.
What's your criteria when you're picking your coaches?
So for right now, the actual screening process is pretty light and pretty easy, breezy. There isn't anything that I can do because everybody is a independent contractor as far as what your course is. Because a coach is a coach. It is something that isn't medical, so there's no licensing as far as that goes. There are certifications, but that's not something that we're looking for. Shantavius is actually my director of administration for BU Magazine, and she's in the chat, by the way. I just love saying her name. We go ahead and we've been getting applicants. It's on the website, as you can see. It's pretty simple to get to. It's a very simple application. Anybody that has a course, anybody that wants to have a course, anybody that has ever thought about it, feel free to, because BU, I don't want it to be just coaches and just teachers. If you want to teach somebody how to do lawnmower maintenance or whatever outside mechanical maintenance over some stuff, whatever it is, if it's $150 and you feel that it's worth it for somebody to know that, there's probably somebody that wants to know that for that amount of money. So it's a very short application. It's very quirky actually, but it's designed and developed for creativity, which is what my coaching set is, creative mindset coach. Once that is, we actually give you a link right after that to be able to schedule your interview. Shantavius and I go ahead and we trade off, but we go and interview people. We review their LinkedIn stuff while they do that. Between that time, just to make sure, the overview of everybody else, of course. But once that's done, we go ahead and say yes or no. You submit your coursework. We review it one more time just to make sure it's kosher, because again, if it's on all of the socials, as you know, it has to be certain age range appropriate for everybody, no matter what. Yeah. Not to mention, it is also integrated between a website and people with money, so I'm trying to be as transparent as possible. After that, we go ahead and post everything up on there. You get your faculty ID. It's just like a school. You get your faculty ID. You can see that on, I think I posted it on Instagram, but it's on Facebook for sure at BU. Shantavia's just got hers. I'm working on our first coach actually. But you get your faculty ID, your faculty discount card. You get your access to all the social media campaigns, everything BU. You get access to. And there's
that's exactly like being a student. You get all your student discounts and everything.
There's a student discount for everything too, as well. Yes. Any student that completes the coursework for BU, the 10 courses that come with the foundational, you actually get a free magazine feature in BU. So it's a 2-page feature, and you get a custom magazine cover as well. That comes with that.
Okay. Time's beating us, but let's get on to the future. What's happening in the future? What's happening July the 1st?
So on July 1st, we are having our orientation, and I'm actually going to post the event today, but it's our orientation and official launch party. Shantavius and I will be hosting on July 1st, and we are actually having our keynote speaker. It's our first full-on event. We've had a soft opening for a while to work some kinks out. Brilliant. But the better ex-wife, Casey Peck, she's going to be our keynote speaker. She was our first full sign-on, and we are totally proud to have her on. She's enthusiastic as we are, and we love the vibes and feels we've been getting from everybody. But those flyers, those things, they'll all be out today. But July 1st is the official launch date, and you really need to be there, because let me tell you, when me and Shantavius get together, it's fun. And I know Casey, and she's going to knock it out the park.
Make sure you tag me and Biggie. Let's talk, and I'll be more than happy to share it out.
Oh, perfect.
You know what I'm like with my tagging and sharing. Fantastic. Okay, so I know your social media handles, but you just want to go through them again. And I want to ask you, you know your name, the Gentleman. Where's that come from? I should have asked you at the start.
Believe it or not, my parents raised me old school. My dad is a very old school man, and I was raised on Nick at Night, believe it or not, as a kid. I was very grown up at a kid's age. I wanted to be an accountant at 5 years old. That's all I wanted to do. Like, I literally wanted a laptop and a pocket watch when I was 7 years old for Christmas. That's what I wanted. In an office. And I go figure, now I'm 40 years old almost, and all I want to do is color all day. But the gentleman aspect, my dad did a lot of those things. My dad still does. He pulls chairs out for women, or when he goes out to eat with them, holds their purses when they shop. Even those old rules of, like, you know, a lady never walks on the side if you're walking on the sidewalk. The lady's always on the on the inside. She's on the outside. The little things like that. My dad, just for some reason, observing him and watching Nick at Night, those Art Deco 1930s, 40s shows, like, that's just where I bleed that stuff. Brilliant. But those little things that I do for people, and the quality of the service I provide with my clients, and the things that I do to make them feel custom and things that I just do as myself is what got me to be where I am on Gentleman. It's on OnlyFans. I got known as Gentleman on there too, so it just followed me. And thankfully, it's something that applies to my brother as well, being with me in my house my whole life. But it's definitely just don't be rude.
Fantastic. Okay, let's get before we leave. What's your social media handles? You want to just plug them now?
So everything that you want from me, if anybody needs anything from me, is Gentleman Marcos Tavarez, the same as my username here. But if you're really looking for anybody that can help you to network, BUBEYOU.institute. It's going to be the fastest way. You can look it up on Facebook and on Google as well. BUBEYOU Institute. And it's a very simple and short URL. I'm so glad it was available. But that's going to be the quickest way to get a hold of me, Shantavius, or Casey in order to get you into where you want to be with us if you're wanting to join the BU family.
Fantastic. And you're on Facebook and Instagram mainly, ain't you?
I have Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I think that's it, actually, believe it or not, that I really utilize.
Yeah, I was trying to find your Twitter. I couldn't find your Twitter.
Yeah, no, I don't have a Twitter. I definitely do not. I used to a long time ago, but yeah, those are the ones I got.
Perfect. Gentleman Marcos Tavarez, I want to thank you so much. Did you think of a nomination for me?
Yes, I did. I actually am going to give 2 nominations since they're both in here with me. I love that they're supporting me, and I love that they support everything that I have done. They both have an amount of faith in me that I love and I never thought I would have in my life. But I nominate Shantavius Brown from Helen's Butterfly LLC, and I also the ex-wife from Casey or by Casey Peck.
Right, ladies, if you can send me a message, send me a DM, and let's sort something out. But yeah, fantastic. Thank you very much, Marcus. All the best, and don't listen to the voices. They must be swearing at me now as well. So don't worry. Thank you very much.
No worries. I'll see you there.
All the best.
Bye.